morning everyone, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is a DIY gift idea, and it's really simple, really easy, and more than likely you have at least 2 of the 3 ingredients at home. So today we are making a cinnamon vanilla milk bath, and let's get started and make it. So you're probably wondering what exactly a milk bath is. It's literally what it sounds like, a milk bath. It is, you can either use powdered milk, as we'll be using today, or you can use literally liquid milk from your refrigerator and mix this together and pour it in your bath. This is good for a multiple different things. You can use a milk bath if you have dry skin. It helps replenish lost moisture. If you have eczema, if you have psoriasis, if you have poison ivy, even for sunburns. So milk baths are great to have around. And what's even better is that you can package them up and make them into a beautiful Christmas gift. So what you're going to need is a container to stir everything in, plasticware to stir, dry milk, vanilla, cinnamon and or nutmeg, one or the other. Now you'll probably go, Lena, isn't that your vanilla? Yes, this is my homemade vanilla that I made earlier in the year during Christmas in July, and I will link the video in the description below. So let's get started and let's make this milk bath. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our powdered milk and we're going to pour roughly about 2 cups into our bowl. Woo! That is about 2 cups, give or take. Looks like I've got a little bit of a hole in my bag, which is probably why it went everywhere. So here is our powdered milk in our bowl. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need some cinnamon. I am actually making mine a little bit more fall-esque, and I'm actually adding some nutmeg into the mix as well. I love how cinnamon and nutmeg just complement each other. So the recipe that I'm using, and the website is theprojectpile.com. It calls for 1 tablespoon of vanilla and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, but I'm actually just kind of shaking to what I think looks good. The great thing about making something like this is that exact measurements aren't really required. You can do however much or little you want. Just make sure if you're giving it as a gift to put all of the ingredients in there. You don't necessarily have to say, oh, I put in, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, but you may want to say, hey, I put in cinnamon, because you never know who's allergic to something. So I'm now just gently mixing together the powdered milk and the cinnamon and nutmeg. It doesn't really change the color too much. It's not really supposed to. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a darker texture, darker look. If you want it to be a different color, you can always use bath soap, but this is supposed to kind of be more of a pure option, and you never know if the bath coloring is going to make someone break out. So I would probably leave it out for all intents and purposes in this. We're just stirring all this together. Okay, so here's what it looks like. You can see it kind of turned a little darker, but not a whole lot. So next is our vanilla. Smells phenomenal. So we're just going to pour very tiny amount. I'm using my plastic spoon here to kind of measure it. Cap that back up. Had a little dribble, so we're going to get that cleaned up real quick. and then stir the vanilla into our dry. Now, because it is wet, it is going to kind of clump a little bit. You just kind of have to break it up with your spoon, your fork, however, and get it mixed in. Now, because I do have a little bit of a larger amount, I probably will add a little bit more vanilla to it just to make sure that there is a good amount in the full mix. And obviously you're going to have a little bit of chunks, but that's what happens when you add liquid to dry. Right. Got open, I'm going to shove that, there we go. One of my vanilla beans had gotten caught at the top, so pop him back down in there. And then once again chop up the little bit that's kind of all glopped together there. Now 100% you can opt to leave the vanilla out if you so choose. I think it gives it just a little bit more of that warm fall scent. I wish you guys could smell it, because it smells absolutely amazing. Alright, we're just continuing to kind of, I'm literally kind of chopping at it with my spoon to kind of make sure it's broken up. Alright, so I will show you what it looks like here in just a second. So you're probably wondering, okay Lena, how exactly am I supposed to give this as a gift? Yep, I'm bringing out my clear ornament. So what we're going to do is we're going to carefully just start spooning the mixture into the ornament. Now you can get these ornaments at Amazon, you can get them at Walmart, you can get them at Dollar Tree, you can find them at Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby even has some different shapes. I saw they had like little, they looked like Christmas lights, and they were for making seasonings and crafts and things like that. Just so that you can change up the style or design, but you can find these virtually anywhere right now, simply because they are a holiday craft, and right now we are in the holidays. Alright, so it's going to take me a few minutes to get all this kind of packaged up. I'll be right back and show you the finished product. We are all done, and I will tell you that everything that was in my bowl fit exactly in this ornament. I figured it was going to be way too much, but it did. Everything fit into this ornament. So you're probably going, okay, Lena, if I'm giving this as a gift, then what should I put with it? Because I don't want to just hand someone an ornament of bath stuff to go, here you go. Of course not. Here's what I would suggest. Right now, during this time of year, every place has comfy stuff. You can find socks, you can find robes, you can find a really nice blanket, all for really inexpensive. So I would suggest maybe a pair of nice slippers or some socks, and put this in it with maybe a eye mask or something like that, and give a little note that says, just so that you can enjoy an evening and relax. Make sure to put in a note that says, just open and pour into a bath for ultimate relaxation. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy, and I will make sure to put a link in the description with the original link that I found this. And do note that in the original link, it does say to use a liquid milk, like from the refrigerator, but I opted to use a powdered milk so that I could make it for a gift and not have to worry about it going stinky. So that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!